Kids, this is your boy 90 Soul giving you volume 2 of my sneaker collection. This time around we're going to focus on my 90s era type shoes. It'll either be straight silhouettes from the 90s or 90s inspired silhouettes. So I'm going to try to run through these as quick as possible. There's about 25 or so shoes. Don't got a lot of space on my phone, so I'm going to try to get through them as quick as possible. So I'm going to start off right away with the Billy Hoyles. Got these about a year ago. Got them a couple weeks early. Bought them off the End Clothing website. They had them early. Nike ended up pushing back their release a couple weeks, so I ended up getting these about 3 weeks early. Legendary shoe in my eyes. I mean, this is White Men Can't Jump. Big part of that. Just remember being in basketball camp and stuff. I have a lot of kids wearing these, so a lot of coaches even wearing these. So it was something that I definitely wanted to get because I didn't have as a kid. So I'm super happy I got these picked up. I know they sat. I think that's just because people aren't really, the youngsters aren't really aware of what this meant from the past. Getting it with the pump, part of it was a big thing. So I'm super happy I got those. The material on them isn't so great and so hot. It'd be nice if they came out with a remastered of that as well. But still pretty happy with the pickup. Next up is the Challenge, the Air Challenge 2s with the Pixel design to it. Had these as a kid, although I had the low tops. I know those had a different name, didn't have this high strap on it, and mine had the lava, but definitely happy I picked these up. I mean, the colors on them, the blue, the bright pink, kind of lava colorway, definitely is a shoe that reminds me of the late 80s, early 90s, so super happy I got that colorway. I know the lava's restocked quite a few times, but don't need them. Happy with that one. These are Air Flight 89s, I believe. These are part of the Jordan pack. These were supposed to be resembling the grapes. Got the turquoise and purple colorway. Pretty clean. I got these for super cheap. Kicks USA. I think I got them for around 40 bucks, maybe even less than that. Creasing pretty bad. The leather on them isn't so great, but still a colorway I'm glad I picked up. I mean, it's hard for the camera here to focus and pick it up. Got the little bit of splatter on the purple. Obviously got that teal air pocket. Just a nice shoe looking overall. Pretty clean for a white pair of shoe. Other part of that pack is this kind of bread. I think this is more of a cement 4 kind of colorway. I'm not 100% sure what they're basing it after. It's a little dirty. Got these from Nike outlet. I think I paid probably closer to 80 bucks. I kind of spent high on these, but I hadn't seen them there before. It was on the back wall. I thought I'd grab. I like the red air pocket. Definitely like the colors. Definitely a nice shoe. And again, reminiscent of the Jordan shoes. I mean, they got the patch on the inside, so real nice. Going to Pippen. Got his Air Up Tempos. They had quite a few colorways released this last year. I was kind of waiting for the prices to drop on the OG colorway. I really wanted the OG colorway. Also like that San Antonio Spiring colorway. But the prices never really dropped low enough to where I wanted to cop. I happened to stumble upon these. I was in DC. Picked these up at a Marshall's, I think for 60 bucks. It wasn't top of my list as far as colorways I wanted. It's like a red suede. Wasn't a huge fan of this one, but I mean, Bulls colorway is nice. Being a Pippen shoe and 60 bucks, I couldn't beat that, so I had to cop. Still a nice shoe overall. It's a little bulky, a little tighter on the foot, but still something I needed to have for the collection. Definitely a 90s quintessential shoe. The Air Max Sensation. This is a Chris Webber shoe, although they took away the CW04 off the tongue, which is unfortunate because he's no longer with Nike, but definitely a shoe I had to have. Webber is definitely my favorite player. I mean, Jordan obviously is a great player and someone I definitely liked a lot growing up, but Chris Webber was definitely the player I followed from the point he was at Michigan all the way through as many teams in his NBA career, and now is announcing. So I definitely had to pick this up. This is actually a shoe I wore to DC when I got those up tempos, so they definitely got worn. I got some scuffs and scrapes on them, which is unfortunate, but I'll pick up some other colorways. It just wasn't a shoe I was going to pass up on. Was able to get for under retail. I think I had a coupon. Got them from East Bay or something like that. The Barclay Chuck Posits. This is the Galaxy colorway. The reason I have this out here is it's definitely from parts of it from the 90s. I mean, I'll show you the sole is very similar to what we got on the CB34s here. It's got the "I'm not a role model" on the bottom, which was a big part of their campaign in the 90s. It's got that kind of glow in the dark. It's kind of like a safari print. I'm not sure exactly what it was called, but it's a very detailed shoe. Rough speckling on the midsole. I don't know if that's going to focus so you can see it, but it's definitely rough. Same with on the air pockets. Got the glow in the dark splatter, which is cool on the purple air pocket. Of course, the Galaxy print on the inside. That's what kind of sold it on me. I was big on the Galaxy packs. I missed out on a lot of the releases. You got the Rayman on the tongue right there. I just got lucky on Foot Locker one morning getting these. Like I said, I missed out on quite a few pairs. I mean, my grail pair is the Blake Griffin Hyperdunk Galaxy colorway. Hopefully I'll be getting those this year through resale. But this was definitely a shoe I wasn't upset about missing the other pairs and getting this. This definitely helped fill the void. I know it's gone down in value. You can get them kind of for a good price on resale, but still happy I have it. This is the CB34 that just released this last year. OG colorway. You can see a lot of the parts that are on that last Barclay Posit shoe are in this shoe. Just a clean shoe. I got these from Nike outlet for I think 60 or 80 bucks. It was well under retail, and they had just come out. I mean, they were still full price online, so easy cop. Going into my penny pairs, I got the rookie ones and the all red. This was before the big explosion of all reds thanks to the Yeezys and all that. Some aspects of the foam posit on it, obviously the bottoms with the penny, carbon fiber shank on it, penny on the tongue, got the one inside the insole, got the baller insole on the other one. Nice shoe. I mean, it creases. I mean, I haven't worn it that much, and you can see it's got a nice little sharp crease in there. It's definitely a shoe you have to wear with the right outfit. It does kind of look funky with pants and stuff, but overall, it was a shoe that I couldn't pass up on. I got it locally, I think, for about $100 at a local Foot Locker, so I kind of scored on that. Was happy about that. Let's see if it focuses here. Got the Air Ups. Again, another shoe Penny wore. Not this colorway, obviously. This is from the Gumbo pack. You can see that liner inside. It's got kind of these raindrop, but it's actually supposed to be steam condensation on there. It's supposed to be the crawfish, is what I think they dubbed it, the crawfish shoe. You know, based on the fact that you boil those crawfish and all that. I mean, I've been to Louisiana a few times, had the crawfish. It was one of these ones I didn't really want to pass up. Haven't worn it a whole lot. You can kind of see from the bottom, pretty clean. It's just one of those shoes you bust out once in a while, but it's not an everyday wear. My Penny inspired Air Force Ones. This was another one that, like I said on my last video, the beauty shots is what kind of sold me on it, that they did online, either Sneaker Bar or Soul Collector or Kicks on Fire or whatever. But it's just one of the shoes that they took all the details off the right shoe and they put it on this and executed it pretty well. It's got the jeweled swoosh on it. It's got this kind of rope liner there. It's got the pinstriping on the tongue. It's got the balling is what I do in insole. Bottoms, clear bottoms with the big swoosh. I mean, it's a great execution. I'm not a big fan of Air Force Ones. I don't buy them normally, but it was just one that I couldn't pass up because I liked it so much. Next one is the the Zoom Flight 95s, the Jason Kidds with the carbon fiber. This was a shoe I did not like when I was a kid. It was one of the ones that kind of had to grow on me. I think what drove it home for me is it just reminds me of high school and all the kids that had them, and it just takes me back there. So hopefully they'll release some other colorways. You know, the Bug Eyes hopefully coming out with that iridescent look that they have on some of them. Kind of looking forward to see what else they come up with for this design. But I got those for under retail. Fortunate enough to have a coupon. I think I got them through East Bay with the coupon, so that was good. The 96s, there's Zoom Flight 96s, came after this guy. Still using that carbon fiber design. I think they came out with two colorways, a black and a gray. I copped the black for I think close to 60 bucks, which was way under retail, especially for at the time I got them. I think I got them from Kicks USA on sale at the same time I got that Flight, that Jordan Flight pack. Great pair, so all good. Wear them once in a while. They are comfortable. Don't get the recognition they deserve. They're a nice shoe. The Air Raids, I copped these right when they came out. Again, under retail. I had a coupon. I believe I got these through East Bay as well. This was a shoe growing up that I wanted. I'd go into Foot Locker and stare at, and definitely wanted to get. Of course, I didn't have the funds to get, nor do I think I could have pulled it off being a young white kid in the early 90s. I think this was something that I don't know if I would have been able to pull off, but it was a nice shoe. Definitely a pair I wanted. Once they re-released it, I had to cop it. I know the design's a little different than it was back in the 90s, but it is what it is. It still gives the same effect. Wear it once in a while. I mean, you see the rocks under it. It's got that outdoor sole, so it never discolors, never looks dirty. Air Max 94s, the trainers. I mean, this was just a shoe that, I mean, it just reminded me of the 90s. And I mean, I had a lot of trainers back then. I don't think I had this, but I think I had quite a few other ones. It's got the neoprene liner, just like the Huaraches did. Real nice shoe, real comfortable. It's got the LE, if I can focus here, it's got the LE on the inside. Not 100% sure what that meant, but either way, still a nice colorway too, plain simple, black and red. Never go wrong. The Huaraches, the Airflight Huaraches, these are the 2014 release, not the 2014 release, or not the 2015 release. I don't know too much of a difference between the two. I know these were a little bit more limited and an in-store only type item. I got mine through Foot Locker. I think the only difference is the bottom. I think the Nike is a teal color like the originals were on the 2015 version, whereas this one it's blue. I think that's the only difference. It's got the inner liner sock. It was a must-buy for me. I mean, just like I said before, I mean, Weber was my favorite player. He wore these at Michigan. You know, it was just a no-brainer. I had to cop. These are ones I haven't worn yet. I probably won't wear just out. It's a balling shoe. I'll probably only wear it inside on a basketball court versus out anywhere else. The Challenge Core Huaraches, I don't know if that's the exact name, but pick these up. Colorway wise, I mean, anything orange and purple or orange and blue tend to pop really well, so I like them a lot. The lighting on this is kind of messing it up, but it's a nice colorway. I wore these to work. A lot of people liked them. It's got kind of a textured speckle on it, but this print isn't too textured. I thought maybe it'd be more textured, but it's not. But it's got the neoprene liner. Again, just a nice shoe. I think I got these from Ross for like 30 bucks. So it was an easy cop. It wasn't anything to miss out on. Next up I have the Air Max 95s. Dirty as hell because I wore these to work constantly. This shoe here, I mean, obviously comfortable shoe. All kinds of stuff where you're working out, lounging around the house, walking around at the mall, whatever. The sole being this kind of bright green Volt color. I call them kind of the reverse OGs because the OGs are similar to this, but they obviously had the darker midsole. A lot of people, they see these. I wore these to work. At customers, employees that I worked with, all of them, they focused on this shoe. They liked this shoe. They liked the color. It popped. So if you have an opportunity to pick something up like this or these, I would suggest it. Another Huarache I have is a Huarache Lite free combo kind of shoe. I'm not big on the free bottoms, you know, but at the same time, I did like the Sriracha Lite highs. I didn't buy any of the actual retro Sriracha Lites, but I did buy these. I mean, these were a killer price. I think I got them again for under 30 bucks. I mean, anytime a shoe is under 30 bucks and it resembles something I like, I'm gonna pick it up more than likely. So the colors on this, it's got that lava color, so it pops out. Just a clean colorway, super light, super flexible. Again, a shoe I always wore for work. And I mean, I would pick up another pair, another colorway anytime I come across it, especially for that price. And I'm gonna get into my Reeboks. I got a couple Kamikazes. I mean, this is my Kamikaze Easter pair. A lot of people did not like this, didn't like the colors. I can kind of understand that. That pale yellow is kind of funky, but for the most part, if you're wearing pants, you don't see most of that yellow, and the splatter yellow doesn't really show up too bright. So you're really wearing just kind of a teal colored shoe, which is kind of nice. It's got this leather, you know, zigzag over this kind of, I want to call it similar to the ballistic mesh kind of material you see on some pairs of shoes. It's really different, but it's nice. I mean, I've worn it a few times. I wore it one Easter. I usually wear my Spizikes for Easter, but I did wear these once. I think I wore them up the mountain or whatever. We did a barbecue up there, and they held up pretty well, pretty comfortable. So definitely digging them. Definitely a summer color shoe. I'd say this is more for summer than I would say for Easter, just because of the colors. With the right outfit, it would look good. Going the opposite way, I mean, for winter, I got the winterized Kamikazes. This was a shoe I saw pictures of online, and I just thought they were fire. I knew I wanted to get them. I actually thought there was a possibility they would sell out, thinking people would get them. Didn't. I was able to wait. Actually bought them locally with a coupon, got them for under retail. I mean, this shoe to me definitely resembles 90s, just because, you know, thinking of East Coast rappers and all that. I mean, Wu-Tang, Craig Mack, all those that were wearing the big boots. This definitely reminds me of that time, and they're just, overall, I mean, the bottoms are kind of a translucent gum almost, so it just looks good, holds up really well. Definitely a shoe for the winter. Moving on to the next is my pump black tops. I haven't worn these a whole lot. I think I've worn them maybe 3 or 4 times. I mean, you can kind of see they're bulky. You look at that tongue, it sticks almost up to your kneecap. Still a shoe I wanted for the collection. I mean, something, you know, that was around when I was a kid that a lot of people had that I didn't. I didn't have any pumps when I was a kid. These I got from Ross, again, I think for like $25. It was definitely under $30. I bought them because I was having a kind of a, what's it called, like a costume party kind of thing going on at work. We were supposed to be dressing like the 80s. I know these came out in the 90s, but you know, pumps started showing up in the 80s, so that's why I got those. Getting good price. A lot of people, you know, pointing out that they were the pumps. They hadn't seen pumps in a long time. And when I told them the price, they went crazy about it. So definitely a good pickup. Most recent pickups, I got the Shaqnosis pumps. I got these for like 60 bucks on finishline.com. Again, the blue and orange just pops. It was one of these shoes that as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted it, but I knew if I let it sit, it would go cheap, because a lot of people just look over these. They don't like Reeboks too much. They definitely don't spend a lot on the pumps. So I definitely waited till the right time. I think I got them for 60 bucks, which is less than half of what retail was. So super happy with this pickup. I haven't worn them yet, but it won't be long now before I do. Same with the Kamikazes. I got these at the same time. I waited on these. These went low, and then they went even lower. I think I got them for around 40 bucks. Amazing colors. I mean, again, I mean, you look at the hexalite on the bottom being yellow, crazy. Just overall great execution of the design. I mean, you got, you know, the crazy colors. You got the pump saying Kamikaze. You got the inside tag saying Twilight Kamikaze, which represents the original Twilight pump. Definitely something that if you have an opportunity to still cop, I would suggest. I mean, even if it's just a shoe you wear out to just go wherever for that price, you can't go wrong. And then last, got these also at Ross. I think I paid 30. I think, yep, 30 on the bottom. I really wanted a Hornets colorway. You know, I got a lot of a lot of gear that would have gone good with that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cop them. I saw these there, 30 bucks. I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, I was a big Larry Johnson fan, Grandmama fan. These have kind of a, I don't even know if you'd call it like a 4th of July theme. It's almost like an explosion theme on the inside. And then the red and blue. So I would say if I'm going to wear these, it'd probably be during the 4th of July weekend. But I'm probably going to let these sit for a while till people forget about them, and then I'll bring them out. And that's about it. I have about another handful of pairs of shoes I'll bring out. Mostly there are a couple of LeBrons, couple of Kobe's. Nothing super special. I just wanted to get this this other list out there to show you guys. I know the video is kind of long. I'm sorry about that. I'll keep trying to post new things that I get one at a time. I just wanted to get a list of everything I had out there all at one time, and then just keep it updated with one at a time reviews of unboxings when I can. And that's it. I got one more list coming, so I'll see you guys then. Peace.